Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber-Rays, and today I'm going to be talking about Dragalia Lost. And the reason I'm talking about Dragalia Lost is because I feel like I've had enough time with the game recently that I am able to have a little bit better of an understanding of what is going on in the game, and from my own experiences and everything, I want to give some tips and tricks, but I also want to make mention that, it's really hard to make an announcement video about this currently. So come on, emulator, you can get there. I haven't quite installed Nox 5.11. Apparently it runs much smoother on there with just a little bit of setup. I haven't quite had the time because I've been busy with Brave Exvius recently, but it's fine. We'll eventually get there. The important thing is to talk about the raid event, which will now be coming on October 4th. And you can see the... It's funny how it says don't show that again today, but there it is. So Loyalty's Requiem looks to be a fire-based raid, nothing that we didn't note there. You'll be able to team up against powerful bosses, bringing 16 adventurers at once. So basically 4-player co-op, but you'll also bring your team with you as well. So there's going to be a lot of dead NPCs in this raid, I think. And yes, defeat the raid boss and claim an exclusive 5-star dragon. If it's anything else like trying to get some of the high-end rewards in this game, take the next few days, try building your might. I think it's going to take a little bit of, it's going to be a little difficult, I think, this raid. And takes a second. Here are the requirements. So remember, I play on the Japanese server because I live in Japan, so it's just easier for me. Loyalty's Requiem raid event will begin on 3 p.m. on October 4th, so that's Japanese time. It'll be different for you guys over, I believe it's 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The co-op, you need to fight against the Flame Raid boss, so hey, my Xander is in good standings, I think, for this one. Hopefully it'll be able to help some people out online. You must clear at least chapter 2-21, or 2/2-1, I should say, on normal to be able to participate in event quests and to participate in co-op play. The scheduled content may change without warning. Oh, I guess that's the thing I missed earlier. But speaking of this game, I want to talk a little bit about some things that I've noted, as well as the community has noted, and some frustrations that I've apparently had. Number one is that you should not underestimate getting a 5-star healer at the beginning of the game. Yes, it is not an attacker, but it cannot be overstated right now that the support class is probably the most valuable class in the game. There aren't many healers yet, and some of the later content, the really difficult content, and I'm talking about some of the stuff you find in the event tab. Hell, I got through the entire weekend and I was putting off beating the story quest, and I didn't even know that there was something after you beat the story quest. No, not Avenue of Power. But Imperial Onslaught, which is something really important for getting stuff to upgrade your weapons. And so Imperial Onslaught was something I had missed for quite a few days, which is a little bad, little not so bad. There is definitely some benefits you can get. So just going into the treasure trade here, you can see that by doing this, not only can you get some things to build for your castle area, but you can also get some worm prints too. And some really awesome worm prints. If you're a big fan of Brunhilde or, Zodiark, there is some really cool artwork here. Or if you just want to go for the granddaddy of hard, difficult things to get, well, there's Glorious Tempest, which is quite possibly just insane and a total grind fest, and I'm sure that there's somebody out there who's already got it, although I don't know who. But yes, the late game content is really difficult without any kind of support. And some of the support class that we've seen in this, that there are in this game, are invaluable when it comes to the really high level stuff. If we're talking about the, 10k might, or even the 8,200 might, or the 9,000 Great Worm trials, their support and healing is incredibly valuable. So if you do start the game and you do get a healer, I would recommend that you'll be quite valuable if you just stick with it. And the other thing to note is that so far there doesn't seem to be a huge consensus on very powerful attackers. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's just go into my collection real quickly. Some of the 4-star attackers seem pretty much as good. Even some of the 4-star healers are as good as just getting the 5-star characters. It feels like so far. And it could be because it's kind of hard to just get a ton of leveling up resources. It's hard to, make sure that you're getting everything that you need, that you're unbinding characters. So yeah, even characters like, for instance, my Xander and whatnot, yeah, I mean, I've put a lot of effort into him. I'm getting ever so closer to getting up to that 3rd rank. I just need a water event tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm grinding the hell out of the water event, for sure. But yeah, even these powerful characters, element is so important when it comes to a fight that it's not even necessarily worth just leveling one specific character. Me, I'm putting in a ton of effort into Xander now because the first raid is a fire element raid. So having a very strong Xander, I think, will help me in the long run on that raid. Or, well, I guess the short run, I should say. Long run for the raid, but short run for the game. So, yes, I think from what I've basically been hearing from the forums and whatnot, 4-star characters actually aren't that bad to start the game with right now. Provided that you can, like I think I said originally, it's more important to feel the role of a lot of different elements, as well as, more importantly, healer and support class, because when the game starts getting tougher, those roles become very, very important. Speaking of which, there's also just some debate about who are the best dragons in the game. The dragons, obviously, there are some absolutely beastly dragons, and of course, a dragon will really stand out in a place where its element stands out. For instance, Nidhogg here would be absolutely beastly in the light trials. Poseidon's really good in fire. Obviously, a dragon for its element. But again, there seems to be a little bit of consensus that Phoenix, a dragon that I don't even have, who is only, well, she is only a 4-star dragon, is one of the more valuable dragons in the game because it provides an entire party heal. And yeah, that HP heal is actually kind of valuable for something that is essentially still a limit burst and still giving you other stuff. So yes, when it comes down to it, I'm still very happy that I got, Agni as well as Nidhogg. They are both incredibly strong dragons that have boosted my party's might very nicely and have, a lot of potential to advance my team's strength and might into the future. But yeah, apparently 4 stars are really, really good. And speaking of things to increase your might, weapons are another thing in this game. Now, here's the thing about weapons, and some of the things that I have found out about weapons. Enhancing weapons is really important, and crafting weapons is really important. It can help boost your might so you can get into some of the more, valuable trials or reward-giving, missions, I would call them, very early on. But according to some people who have done a lot of math on this, both on the GameFAQs and Reddit boards that I've seen, yeah, the 3-star weapons are not worth super hard going for. If we take, for instance, enhancing this weapon to an elemental, by the time that you've spent all that money and all of those resources, it's not quite as good as just kind of holding out if you can to get into the 4-star weapons, because the 4-star weapons have a pretty good jump. It should be noted that matching an elemental weapon to an elemental character, having the same one, unlike me who thought, hey, if I have a wind-based character with a light-based bow, really winning against 2 elements. That's not how that works, apparently. Or at least it hasn't worked that way for me, or I haven't paid enough attention to see that kind of advantage, but I'm pretty sure it just doesn't work. Anyway, from what I've heard, crafting a mass amount of 3-star weapons isn't super worth it, especially to fully max out a elemental weapon at a 3-star. You're actually much better to just wait and go for the 4-star weapons, or if you have a really long time, you can just keep waiting and do the 5-star weapons. Although the 5-star weapons will probably require you to at least smith out some 4-star weapons first. Because yeah, otherwise it's just kind of difficult. And another piece of advice I want to give out, besides just, spending time with your dragons, giving them the gifts every day so that they can give you gifts too, is about the castle area. Now, the castle area, here's the thing. I have found that it is very valuable to get up to the 3-star smith, and we'll just turn off that so it runs a little smoother, because again, not running on the good version of Nox apparently yet. Upgrading the smith is rather important to get higher weapons, which allow you to get better might in the future. You constantly want to be upgrading this, because to get to the castle level 4, you need to have a facility level of at least 100, and to get to level 5, you need to get the castle, or the facility level up to 200, and that takes a lot, just a lot of time. So you're probably good to, especially because sorry, my mouth is just going ragged right now. All of these take time to build, and as they get higher and higher level, it takes even more time to build. Don't know why my brain went into a tunnel there, but it's back. And you only have so many smiths. You constantly want to be, enhancing everything. You always want to be building something new to a higher level, and you want to try and be maximizing your time getting all of this, because it also helps generate a lot of coin. It helps you generate more snacks for your dragons. Like here, we'll just collect, oh look, lots of extra, well, okay, some extra stuff. But still, it's all valuable. And not only that, you can also increase your character's might by working on your wind or water altars, depending on whatever character type you are using the most. Bow dojos as well as sword dojos. All of this is really, really good. So if you can, you want to just constantly be enhancing this, because it is increasing the quality of your characters and the strength of your characters and the HP, which will help you get through harder trials. But yes, Imperial Assaults is very important to get those worm prints, because those are... yeah, worm prints. I actually said it right. Are important to get those worm prints because they help you get through some of the more difficult dragon trials. So yeah, in general, so far the game seems a little bit grindy, but with some smart planning and just realizing that, hey, if you start the game and get one 5-star character, you're probably okay to wait on any extra summons until potentially the next banner. Because provided even a Phoenix and any 5-star character, and you're probably doing pretty good. So you shouldn't take rerolling extremely serious, as 5-star dragons seem to be a little bit of a luxury right now. And yes, in the long run, they will probably be more valuable in terms of damage, but it seems like healing is just a little bit more important right now. So I hope you found these tips, helpful. If you have any to add, please, or if I said anything by mistake, then please write it below. It's the only way I'm going to learn. I'm still learning about this game. A lot of people are still learning about this game. And yes, so... Oh, wait. The 4th is a Thursday. Well, we might just have to do a stream that day, because I am ready to go hard on it. Probably a better way to say that. Anyway, that's all for this video, and I will see you all next time for another Dragalia Lost video. See you then.